Hello and welcome to today's video. Today we're going to be covering Amazon posts. So what exactly are Amazon posts? How do they work? And at the end of this video, I'll actually show you how to create your own Amazon post, which is very simple to do. And also, one last thing is I'm actually currently halfway through a 30-day trial where every day I'm making 5 Amazon posts every day for the products that I sell on Amazon. And I'm recording all my results. After the 30-day trial, I'm going to be making a full video documenting exactly how much time and effort I put into Amazon posts and the results that I generated through Amazon posts to kind of give you a gauge of whether Amazon posts are worth it or not, or how effective they are or not. So if you're interested in that video, once that's created, I'll have a link to that in the description section as well as the comment section of this video. Otherwise, let's go ahead and get into Amazon posts and just kind of a general overview. So when you think Amazon, or when you hear Amazon posts, think free advertising, because that's the best way to describe it. I've heard other Amazon sellers or consultants referring to Amazon posts as sort of Amazon social media. That is not true. The term social media refers to some kind of social element, and there's almost nothing social about posts, okay? Really what an Amazon post is, and I'll show you again, it'll make more sense as we go on, but it's basically an image of your product. This can be a lifestyle image, an infographic, just your product with a white background, some product-centric image. So that's number one. Number two, a little piece of text just kind of describing what Amazon calls a caption. So just a little body of text that can be either a few words long to a few paragraphs long, and then also a link to a specific ASIN that you're advertising as well. So basically, you create an Amazon post, right? It's an image, it's some text, it's a link to your ASIN. Submit that to Amazon, and then Amazon is going to take that info, that post that you created, and it's going to show it on the product detail pages of products that relate to the one that you are advertising or the one that you are posting about, okay? And it may sound a little bit confusing, so I want to kind of visualize it for you, and you can look at this for yourself. I'll have a link to this as well in the description. We're going to go ahead and enlarge this here. So this is an example of how Amazon posts work. So let's say, this is one of your competitors' products, okay? So you create an Amazon post. This is one of your competitors' products. Your customer is looking at your competitor's product. They click on the listing. They scroll down, and when they scroll down, they see related posts, okay? So under the bullet point section on their product page, there's a section here for related posts. When you create an Amazon post, that is eligible to show up here right on your competitor's product page, so you can actually steal market share, steal sales ethically from your competitors using Amazon posts, and Amazon posts are 100% free. They don't cost anything, at least as of right now, and that can change. So like I said before, the best way when you hear Amazon posts, think free advertising. Again, I have kind of this full trial that I'm doing. I'm already seeing results, really, really exciting, and I'm really excited to kind of create that video showing you whether it's worth it or not, but definitely underutilized from what I've seen. And part of the reason it's underutilized, and before I kind of go any further, I want to make very clear, again, as of right now, Amazon posts are in beta, which you can see on the screen right here. So rules may change and update in the future. So just kind of check in every month to 2 months if this doesn't apply to you right now. But currently right now, in order to utilize Amazon posts, you need to be number one, brand registered, which means you need to have a registered trademark or a pending trademark, potentially with in the marketplace that you want to sell. So if it's the UK, then a UK trademark, in the US, a US trademark, okay? And then once you have a trademark, you can enroll in brand registry, okay? And a lot of sellers watching this probably already know about that. Number two, though, that a lot of sellers don't know and get kind of freaked out about is you also need an Amazon storefront, okay? Which is actually very simple to create if you don't already have one. So again, to create storefronts, you need to be brand registered. To use Amazon posts, you need to be brand registered. And then also to use Amazon posts, you need a storefront, if that makes sense. And of course, if you have any questions, let me know in the comments. But this is an example, if you don't already know, of an Amazon storefront. It can be very simple. And for my own brand, I created a very simple storefront for all the products I sell on Amazon for my own private label brand. It took me about 2 hours or maybe even less. Very, very little amount of time and effort to put into this. Definitely worth it. In my opinion, just to have this period for all of Amazon's other opportunities that require an official storefront. Looks very simple. You just have kind of a headline image here with your logo, okay? And then your product feed right here, which is kind of auto-populated by Amazon. They have a template that you can use. You just kind of plug and play. You just insert the info that they need, and it kind of auto-populates. And again, if you're selling one product, you just have kind of this one page storefront here. If you have multiple products, then you just create, multiple pages, okay? Because this is one page, so you create multiple pages. Again, it took me like 1 to 2 hours to complete mine for my own products. So relatively easy to do, something that trips up a lot of Amazon sellers. And keep in mind, wherever there are higher barriers to entry, wherever it's more difficult for people to take advantage of something, there's more opportunity. So a lot of sellers, they see that they need a storefront and they don't have it, or that they need brand registry and they don't go, and there's a lot of other great things about brand registry, of course, as well, but that kind of creates a higher barrier to entry where there's less people using this. So really a great opportunity from what I'm already seeing with Amazon posts. And if you are brand registered and once you have your storefront created, what you'll do in order to access Amazon posts and to create your first Amazon post is you'll log into your Amazon Seller Central account. Then you'll go to Campaign Manager, okay? Posts are under the Amazon Advertising Console. So Campaign Manager, go up to the top left, there should be a drop-down menu. You'll see the option for posts. Go ahead and click on that. If you're eligible to create Amazon posts, you're good to go, and I'll show you the kind of the next step. And then if not, Amazon will just tell you exactly what you need in order to be eligible for Amazon posts, which is very, very simple. So that's where you can kind of find it. If you need more info on that, let me know, but it's pretty simple. It's under your Amazon Advertising Console. And once you're there in the post section, it'll look something very similar to this. Okay, like I said before. So first, Amazon is going to ask you for an image. And what I'm currently doing, and what I kind of recommend to you, is I've just gathered all images that I have of my product, both that I've created myself or my business has created, as well as all of the content created by users and my customers on social media. So Instagram is a great place. I've basically taken all of my own Amazon product photography, along with any post that has been created or user-generated content on my social media platforms, put them all into basically one file, and then one at a time, I create a separate post for each of those images. So that's just an idea for you to do. Again, what should the image be, or what can it be? From what I found, at least so far, and again, I'm going to have a full report later, the best images to use are product-centered, so just images of your product. Lifestyle images, that's of either of a model or your actual customers using and enjoying your product, like you can kind of see here. Infographics, I've had infographics approved, so there should be no issue, at least as of right now, which are just images that have your product in it with specific text calling out certain benefits and features of your product, okay? And then lastly, really standard product images. This can just be your product in some kind of setting or your product with a white background, really simple. I'm testing all of these to see which kind of perform the best. So far, I'm seeing lifestyle tends to perform better. But again, I'll have a full video about that. So these are just some examples of images that you can use. Again, just an image of your product, really simple. And just make sure that it's in the right format. Again, JPEG or PNG format, which is pretty typical. And then also the image requirements currently are 640 by 320 pixels or larger. So just pay attention there. Amazon will tell you the requirements of the image that you need. I basically put all my images into one file, and then I resize them in Canva. You can also do this in Photoshop or other really simple software. Just kind of make sure it's in the right size. Then I upload, so I have my images here, done, really simple. Next, write a caption. So this is as you can see here, this is the caption section. The caption is going to show up right here underneath the image. Your caption, you currently have 2,200 character limit, but you don't have to fill that, and you can also fill that if you want. So it's really up to you. It can be, your caption can be anywhere from a few words long to a few paragraphs long, up to 2,200 characters, at least as of right now. So that can kind of give you a lot of leeway. An example that Norman Farrar shared with me, he's actually one of the first people I found out about Amazon posts for my own brand, shared, I think he had a client who's in the kind of the cooking space, and they actually added a recipe for their caption section for their Amazon post to potentially get more engagement and kind of stand out a little bit more and add more value without spending anything. So that's a really creative way. You can be very creative, or like what I'm doing, I'm keeping it very, very simple, because something to keep in mind when creating Amazon posts is all of the images that I've submitted to Amazon for posting, which I'll talk about in a second, have been approved. Because you have to submit, just like with A+ content and with other, your listing, pretty much everything else, you need to get approval from Amazon before you're able to actually, move forward. Same thing with Amazon posts. You have to submit for review. It's a fairly fast review process once you give them the info. But sometimes Amazon, and actually a lot of times, they'll reject your post. And I found one of the most, the number one most common reason for my Amazon post being rejected is something in the text. And I don't know exactly what it is. And Amazon I've done a lot of digging. Amazon hasn't been extremely specific about this. And of course, I'll do even more research and see if anything changes by the time I post kind of my case study video. But I would recommend having shorter captions in general, because like I said, for whatever reason, the more text that you have, the more likely it is for your Amazon post to be rejected. So keeping it shorter can kind of maybe increase the likelihood of getting approved, and it takes you less time. So it's kind of one of those less things to worry about. Just get it up there. Done is better than perfect. So what I like to do is I just gather all my images, one image per post, and then I look at the image and I think, okay, what is this image trying to portray, right? What benefit or feature or both is this image really kind of calling out? And then I specifically make sure I write that in the text. Maybe I include some keywords. There's no real data on whether keywords are actually helping Amazon posts or not. Not really sure. Again, that's why I'm doing a lot of testing right now. But relatively short, 1 or 2 sentences. That's what I have. Something like, calling out the feature or benefit, and then I have like click now to learn more, or click now, order yours today, something like that, like a call to action at the end. So it's anywhere from 1 to 3 sentences on average is how long my captions are. Very short, really simple. And just keep in mind that if your Amazon post gets rejected, which a percentage of them almost guaranteed will, don't worry about it and don't think, oh, I can't resubmit. You can resubmit as many times as you want. And what I'd recommend is really looking at the text and changing the text. It may even take a few times of changing the text, like rewriting completely or just changing, making sure it's grammatically correct, or whatever it might be, before it actually gets approved. Just keep in mind it may take a few times, not just like 1 or 2, in order to get approved. So again, just want to kind of share that. I know that's maybe a little bit too much information. So image, caption, and then last part, really simple, is what ASINs do you want to advertise, okay? What ASINs do you want to attribute with your post? Now, recently, Amazon has actually allowed for posts to link to multiple ASINs. So you can have posts for one specific ASIN, one kind of, all, variations within a specific, child variations of a specific ASIN or listing. And you can also kind of showcase multiple related products and kind of your whole kind of product catalog or some of your best sellers out of your product catalog as well. So it doesn't have to be, one ASIN specific post. It can actually showcase, a variety of your products as well. And that's somewhat newer. Again, this is in beta, so there's going to be a lot of changes as well. So be sure to check that out. Again, link to the official Amazon post page will be in the description as well, but you can easily find it on Google. So you'll enter in your ASIN here, either one or multiple. Those ASINs will show right up here. So basically what's going to happen is you create this. You can either submit for review right away, or you can also schedule. Okay, so keep that in mind. That's another kind of newer change. You can now schedule Amazon posts. That's what I'm doing. I schedule about a week to 2 weeks in advance all my content. So it's already scheduled, done, and that's what I'd recommend doing. And just another little hack, last thing I want to share, is if you have a website or you have other ways of collecting kind of data on your customers, look at some of your peak sales times for your product specifically, and maybe schedule your posts a little bit before that time when, whenever your customers are searching with intent to buy, that could be a great time to post, or you can just kind of just test it out, post at different times and see what sticks or what works best. Just something to keep in mind is maybe look at your analytics to find the best time to post, because like I said, now you can actually schedule your posts for very specific times and dates. So that could be advantageous. Otherwise, just pick a random time and post. Done is better than perfect. So getting it out there is better than just waiting and trying to make everything perfect. Okay. So anyway, image, caption, ASIN or set of ASINs you want to advertise, schedule your post. Once that happens, what is going to happen and how the customer is going to see it is the customer is going to be on Amazon. They're going to be looking at your competitors' products. You're going to click on one of your competitors' products or a related product to yours, not necessarily your direct competitor. Scroll down on their product page, and there may be a section. It's not available right now across all of Amazon. It's kind of, again, this is a beta program, so it's still kind of being tested. So you won't see this for yourself if you go to Amazon right now and look. The customer will scroll down on a related product to yours on Amazon. They'll see the related post section. A percentage of people will see your post. Something will stand out to them. Oh, that's really interesting. Click on it. And then ultimately a percentage of people that click should ultimately buy. Hopefully, right? That's the whole point. And again, all it takes is some time. It doesn't cost anything right now. In the future, I believe this is going to start costing money. That's just my prediction. But right now, it's completely free. Really not that difficult, especially if you're already brand registered. Really not difficult to start utilizing this and getting set up. But of course, like I said, I'm going to kind of hopefully do some of the grunt work for you guys and let you know if it's actually maybe worth your time or not, and see if it's actually worth my time, which so far I'm seeing some pretty good results, but I want to make sure I take all variables into account. So that's basically how it works. Amazon posts, free advertising. It's an image and it's a caption. It shows up on your competitors or related product pages in the related post section. And then lastly, once you start getting some impressions and clicks, you'll log back into Amazon posts, right? At first, you won't have any data. Once you start getting clicks and impressions and all that, Amazon will actually show you for each post when it was posted, obviously the content associated with that post. And then 2 important things. Number 1 is the impressions, the number of times that post was seen. and then also the number of times that post was clicked on. So you can track your clicks and your impressions. Again, usually on Amazon, you are paying money for impressions and, well, for clicks, not really impressions technically, but you're paying for clicks. And here you're getting clicks for free. So like I said, it's literally free advertising. So the PPC, this is free PPC. Pay per click, it's free per click. So that's just hopefully that kind of makes sense of Amazon posts. Of course, if you have any questions, let me know, and be sure to stay tuned for the kind of full case study video that I have about Amazon posts to know whether it's actually worth the time or not. I think it is, but of course we want to make sure we're taking all variables into account. And as always, if you like the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, comment below anything else you'd like to add, any updates to Amazon posts that you want to share with the community, any questions that you have, join our Facebook group, and lastly, if you like this video and want to see more videos like this, be sure to subscribe to the channel for more, hopefully, great content that ultimately helps your Amazon business become more and more profitable every single month. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Hope you found it valuable, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.